I learned today, actually, in my ethics class, engineering ethics, that the one thing that dehumanizes someone, or how you dehumanize them, is you completely confine them, just no one around them, no interaction with any humans whatsoever. And so you see that we are humans and we need a relationship. So at this Fragua course, what we want to propose to you is an ongoing relationship with God who will satisfy your longings. Jesus said, I am the bread of life. I am the one that can satisfy all those deepest longings, the sports, the relationships, the studies, the things in our lives that don't quite satisfy us. I can satisfy that. One Japanese woman, she put it this way. She said in Japan, they eat chicken and tofu and vegetables, and then of course they eat rice too. So it's like they've got two stomachs. One for all their foods or whatever, but then a separate stomach for rice. And until they've had their rice, they're not satisfied, they're not full. So Jesus would have said to this woman, I am the rice of life. So many of you may be thinking, man, what does it mean to have a relationship with Christ? I don't even know, exactly. And I was the same way. When people told me I needed a relationship with God and everything, I was like, what? I don't need that. I've got a great life. And it wasn't until I experienced that I realized how much I need that, how much we're thirsting for that relationship to have with Him. It made me think when I was a little kid, my mom, for breakfast every morning, we'd have shredded wheat, not frosted shredded mini wheats, but shredded wheat, the kind that's like in the individual packs. It looks like a slab of hay or something. And I was like 6 years old at the time. Or we had grape nuts, I remember, which you're not sure if you're chewing on shattered teeth. So I wasn't necessarily a morning person. I didn't look forward to breakfast. I scarfed it down. I had to eat something when I was a kid. But then my parents went out of town. They had some business trip or something, and so I was staying at a friend's house and wake up before school, and there are Trix cereal on the table. And I remember experiencing that Trix cereal for the first time. It was like the most amazing thing. It's sugary and crunchy and just excellent. And so I go home to my mom. Mom, we need Trix cereal. So good. We need that for breakfast. The next morning there was shredded wheat and grape. So mad. And I never ever wanted to go back to those grape nuts or that shredded wheat. And that's how a relationship is with Christ. He is the Trix. He's not just for kids either. He's always there for us. In this picture you can see God reaching out, and that's what Jesus is doing in our lives. He's always reaching out to us, always there for that ongoing relationship, inviting us to join in that with Him. And through that relationship, I've experienced so many great things. It's like a new life, is how I would sum it all up. You see things in a new way, you experience things. There's so much more meaning and joy and fulfillment when you actually reach back and have that relationship with Christ. So that's what we're asking for you guys, is to be open-minded, to be willing to reach. And the one thing you can do is reach, and if nothing's there, you're still a person, you're still fine. But if there is something there to discover for the first time, that's what we're trying to get you guys to discover. So I don't know how a lot of you have reacted to what I just said, this ongoing relationship. Some of you may be saying, absolutely, I know exactly what you're talking about. I have a relationship with Jesus. It's the most amazing thing ever, and that's great. This course will only deepen that relationship, I can guarantee you. When St. Paul went to Athens to talk about the resurrection and preach the good news, got 3 different reactions. One of them was people were sneering and saying, nah, there's no way, this guy is absolutely crazy, I'm not going to believe what he's saying. And if you guys are in that boat, don't believe it and are sneering, that's fine. No one here is going to judge you. I was the same way for many, many years, and maybe it's just not the right time for you. Another reaction that Paul got was people said, yes, I believe that. That's so true. I want to do that. I want to follow that. And I'm convinced. The last reaction he got were some people said, not quite convinced, but I'd like to learn more. And this course here is like the spot for you if you're in that category. We're going to have like 9 more talks after this. I could stand up here and talk about a gospel passage for 20 minutes if I wanted to, but there's so many other things that are great that we'll learn that cover just the solid foundation of Christianity. Another thing is, if you don't like this course for some reason, you didn't enjoy it, but you would like to learn more, there's other courses on campus, I think, as well. You can talk to a priest or a minister. There's a lot of great resources out there, but